Welcome to the show, everyone. Welcome to the show. This is Loser Leaves Wrestling. Loser Leaves Wrestling. And you already did what I was going to do, Roy. You already put it in the bio, the stuff.
Oh, I put the matches in the bio,
You put the matches and the stuff in there. Great job, Roy. This is Loser Leaves Wrestling. Wow, what fun we're having.
Wow,
what a great show tonight. What a great show. This is the woos and whats, the woos and the whats of AEW Dynamite. My name is Red Jefferson. I'm here with Roy Hammer.
Hey.
Welcome to the show. First off, any house clean? We have all the money's already in. Kisses from the West Side.
Kisses from the West Side.
Hell yeah, dog. That's actually a great song. We had a great weekend. Everyone who hasn't checked out our WrestleMania recap podcast, check it out.
Yes.
It's actually doing really well, and I'm very pleased.
It's a doozy. It's a
doozy.
It's like 90 minutes.
It's a traditional podcast.
Yeah, it is. Right.
It's a real traditional podcast. This is what they're supposed to be, not this nonsense that we're doing. Sound off if you're feeling feisty. We're
fired
having fun.
Up. We're fired up. Wrestling is so cool.
You're fired up, Daddy. Chill.
Daddy, chill. I gotta chill.
No, we don't have to chill. Let's get started about this, right? Should we get started? Should we just jump in?
Let's get started.
First thing, thank you all so much for joining the Patreon. We really appreciate you. And also, when we had a fun time WrestleMania on Discord.
We did. We
had a fun time.
Did.
And we kind of had a fun time. I was just angry at Mike Knox. What's that, Mike Knox? Rick Knox.
No, Rick Knox.
Rick Knox. But we were having fun in the Discord. Sound off in the chat. Let us know you're here. Give us a honk honk. Give us a... when you're ready. We have to talk about pro wrestling. We have to talk about AEW Dynamite.
Gosh, I just want to say real quick before we jump into the show. This is AEW's second time in Boston. The very first time they were in Boston was the second ever AEW Dynamite, and I was there.
You were there. This is the Boston Garden?
To be like... This is the Agganis Arena, which is where the Boston University hockey team plays. It fits about 4,000 people or so.
Okay, that's in the heart of Boston.
Yeah, it's in like the heart of like the college part of Boston, let's call it. And what's crazy about this show is that Apollonia, my partner, bought tickets to this show in February of 2020, and the original date was April of 2020. So technically, those tickets would have still been honored tonight. That's these years later at this point.
That's really cool. Oh, you should have gone!
S says, should have flown up.
S is in the chat. We love our S. S, welcome to the chat. I'm going to give you one of these. And we have to keep on going. We have to keep this gravy boat going. We started the show out. The crowd is hyped. The crowd is hyped tonight. They were alive, and boy, was Tony shocked. Tony's just like, at the beginning of the show, for like 4 or 5 times, just like, I cannot believe the energy in this crowd. But we did have that.
He's juiced up.
We had to start off the show with Adam Cole versus Christian Cage. Adam Cole versus Christian Cage. And this was great.
Yep.
It was a great showing of both of these guys. I think it's one of Adam Cole's best matches in AEW. I think the Adam Cole Hangman Page match was really good, but this one was just, there was a lot of energy to it. Really liked it. Mose is in the chat. Let's get nuts. Ooh, Mose, good to hear from you.
Let's get nuts.
Let's get crazy. But yeah, just great stuff. Christian could still go. Christian, you know what's great about Christian? None of his matches are the same.
Yeah.
There's a different, like, he's always doing something different each match. It's a different story for each match he's in.
Yeah.
Like, with Adam Cole, he's kind of the aggressor. You know, he's like, I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you. I'm going to be your bully. And it started out that way. He started off taking advantage. And I think the cutoff, he tried to do did you see that leapfrog over the post?
Yes. Yeah.
Yowzers.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you see, this is like a little thing that like isn't a big deal at all, but I love it. Adam Cole puts him in the tree of woe. Or no, Christian's on the top rope. Adam Cole takes out his knee and he traps his legs under the top rope. So he's in the tree of woe. This happens 9 out of 10 times because Christian's the exception. The wrestler just is like limp. Christian's selling the knee. He's trying to get out.
He's trying to get out. He's like a fox in a trap. Why wouldn't you try to get out of the tree of woe? Christian is so underappreciated.
Yes.
And I know there have been naysayers out there that are just like, Christian, yawn.
Boo.
Boo them.
Honestly,
boo them. Oh, I don't have any
on.
boos. We're gonna fix that.
We gotta
in a
get some
bit.
booze. Yeah,
we're gonna fix that in a little bit.
I think. Look, and this is a controversial opinion because I'm feeling fired up. So we're gonna drop some bombs tonight. But I think nice. Yeah, I love that.
Sorry, I just needed to add that.
That's great. I think I had more fun watching this match than I did watching Edge versus AJ Styles at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I did too. Why? Why? Because honestly, the crowd was just so into it.
Well, sure.
And
yeah.
I think that really is what pulled me in. The onset. They just did a great job.
Yeah.
But then we get a thumb to the eyes, and then a boom kick. To the back, the knee, boom knee to the back of the head.
Knee boom.
And we get Adam Cole winning. Adam Cole winning this match, which was good. Fine. I'm fine with that.
I like that it was like, it wasn't like interference didn't cause the victory. It was Adam Cole just like cheating just a little bit. He is a heel.
He's a dirty
just
guy.
Doing a heel thing.
He's just doing a heel thing, but it's not aggressive.
Pretty greasy.
It's very in the ring. Very in the ring. We get afterwards we get Red Dragon beating up Christian Cage. Then Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus come out, and they run Red Dragon out of there, leaving room for Adam Page to come out. Adam Cage comes stomping down to the ring, stomping down. He gets in the ring, and Adam Cole the entire time is like, "You're afraid to face me. You're afraid." He gets right in the ring and just grabs the mic, and he's just like, I think he calls him a bitch. I'm pretty sure he does at one point.
Gotta retire.
Grabs the mic. What?
Gotta retire the word bitch. Like, as a company, retire it.
We could get better than this. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
But he's going to say, "I'll give you a rematch as a punishment to you," is what he says, which is fun. And they're going to be in Texas eventually, and they're going to have a Texas death match.
Next week.
Okay. Is it next week? They're going to be in Texas next week?
So they're going to be in New Orleans on Wednesday. Then they're going to Dallas on Friday. It's going to be a live Rampage on Friday. And then they're recording Battle of the Belts, which is going to be on Saturday.
I had to fix the focus. I don't know why it's unfocusing.
Okay.
I
thought you were like, "Hey, shh."
No, I was just putting my thing up. S wrote something. Somebody on Twitter remarked that AEW is such a big roster that there are awesome matches that are easy to not think about. Like, this match made so much sense, but I never thought of it. Yeah, the Christian versus Adam Cole. Like, it's just... They really have a depth roster, deep roster, rich.
Yeah, I don't think it's so much that the roster is so deep that you don't think about the good matches. It's that every time two wrestlers go out there, or four wrestlers, especially tonight, they just go balls out. There's no such thing as a TV match for AEW. Everything feels like a pay-per-view all the time. So we take for granted how many great matches there are. Always. All the time.
It's overwhelming at times.
Yeah, and that's why Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins specifically felt so special at WrestleMania, because you never have a match that's that good on the WWE main roster unless like Roman Reigns is involved, and even then it's hit or miss.
Well, you're getting one of these. Great comment. I actually like that. I forgot to say before, John Busman wrote Christian Rules. I skipped over his comment. He said Christian Rules. Brooklyn Bleak's in the chat. First off, sup everyone. Sup Brooklyn Bleak. Oh, very, very fun to see you. But I have to say, FTR is proving me right about former WWE wrestlers having better matches before or after they do their time in the penitentiary. It's proving, like, I agree. I've said it before. Roy disagrees with me. Roy disagrees with that statement. Where's the booze? Oh, God damn. They're not in alphabetical order. That's the issue.
We'll talk about it. We'll get to it. But yeah, I mean, I do think you're right. I'll take that. I'll take that. I mean, look, I hate admitting that that's right. I hate admitting that the WWE has something to do with it, but they do. They do. Triple H has a lot to do with it.
I was saying this in the Discord over the weekend. I was saying this over the Discord because everyone was saying, I remember you saying specifically, this is when sports entertainment's done right?
Yeah. For sure, WrestleMania, for sure.
But I don't even, like, that is sports entertainment, but that's, everything that happened on WrestleMania is just great wrestling. It's just great wrestling. There was great wrestling matches, and just like on the indies, you have your goofy match that's weird, like Orange Cassidy was the Sami Zayn match, there's a celebrity match, and it was good wrestling. And the thing is, sports entertainment is all that bullshit that happens on Monday where they take up all of our fucking time and try, they just drag everything out. They just drag everything out. So, but I don't know. But are you excited for this Texas death match is what I'm trying to get
Yeah, I think you referenced it earlier, but yeah, why does it have to be another? He just fought in a Texas death match. I get that they're in Texas, I get it, but like you can't do like a, I don't know, last man standing match and call it like a Texas last man standing match. I don't know, do something different.
Yeah, exactly. There's other match types, and I don't know. It's just
just put like Texas in the title.
Why don't they call it a Virginia death match? I'd feel so much better about that.
Yeah,
but they're doing it in Texas. I get that.
Virginia street fight.
Virginia street fight. Just like. You're not from Texas, and you keep pretending you are, and I don't like that.
Yeah.
There's no cowboys in Virginia. No, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy.
Well, I think there might be cowboys in Virginia. He grew up on a horse farm.
All right, we got things to say. We have Alamani says, so cool to see Page versus Cole. Considering Cole pushed Page back in the Bullet Club days. Considering Cole pushed Page back in the Bullet Club days. Okay, I don't remember the Bullet Club stuff with those two. I wasn't watching it.
I'm not familiar with their angle with.
I would like to know more about the history of Monies.
Yeah.
Leave us a voicemail.
Well, they might have that footage.
Oh, that's right. They
might have that footage because it's Ring of Honor, and we're going to get to that in a minute too. This is really interesting. This kind of stuff. We'll talk about it, but
very interesting.
But all the Monies, if you have some more Ring of Honor footage.
100%. All the Monies, if you have more information on that, call the hotline. Let us know on the hotline. 201-5747-222. Let us know. We want to hear from you. Brooklyn Bleak says, yeah, only 4 pay-per-views a year leaves for more Dynamite and Rampage. Yeah, that's true. And I like that they have like 4 big shows, you know?
Yeah. I don't want to spend $50 more than 4 times a year.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great idea. Brooklyn Bleak, great matches. We agree. Says Cody brought the AEW style to Mania, which is why this was one good match on the card. Oh my God. Maybe that AEW work rate he brings will rub off on some of the entertainers. You think Seth Rollins? You are just. You think Seth Rollins is like everything outside the ring that Seth Rollins does is a WWE, but like inside the ring.
Yeah, that's true.
Dude is ROH all day.
Yeah. And he's Tyler Black between the ropes.
But he's just doing it. He's just doing it intelligently, which is I don't know. I just think. But Cody Rhodes.
Talk about whatever that means.
We'll talk about it. Let us know what you thought about the other WrestleMania matches. I'm very curious. You didn't like Stone Cold?
But Becky versus Bianca was great. That was a great match.
Was great. But like I can't. Yeah. Either way,
I could take everything on night 2 and completely forget about it except Johnny Knoxville. But night 1 was a good show.
And night 2 was a good show too. Like there were some good matches. The main event was kind of lackluster. Yeah. Mose, I'm not sold on how much Hangman has to do to prove he deserves the title. I'm not super sold on Page as the champion, to be honest.
Yeah, it's tricky. It's a tricky situation. Yeah, he's done everything he needs to do to be a great heavyweight champion. Like he's beat like high level guys. He's main evented pay-per-views. He's main evented shows. He's bled. But still somehow it feels like the championship isn't the main focus of everything still.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. Next up, we are going to be moving on to the Ring of Honor recap. There's a little recap of the Jay Lethal, nice. Jonathan Gresham segment. Followed up immediately with Samoa Joe coming out. Yeah. Samoa Joe, honestly, looking pretty good.
Yeah, they did it.
They did a debut correctly. They did it. Like, this was what Keith needed. This is what Tony definitely needed. Tony Storm. Like, this would have been so much, just give them someone to feed. Like, it was all like, it's not like Max Caster was just locked out, but it was a hard hitting match, fast, quick. It was like 8 minutes, maybe 7-8 minutes.
Yeah, couldn't have been more than that, for sure.
Couldn't have been more than that. I did notice some things. Joe's head is enormous.
Gigantic.
Like, I was seeing it next to Max Caster. Like, I knew he had a big head. But next to Max Caster, he's like Maurice Tillett. It's just... it's amazing. It's really impressive. Like, he's just like... His proportions are amazing. I'm a big fan of Joe. Love Joe to death.
I thought he looked like he didn't do a lot of running in this match, but like his kicks and his punches were fast and hard, and
good jump, good height.
Good jump. Yep, absolutely. The Muscle Buster looked great. Like I thought he looked really good here. I was listening to an interview earlier today. I was listening to Kevin Owens' Colt Cabana podcast from like 2010, and he was saying that one of his like earliest matches was against Samoa Joe in Montreal. And he couldn't stress enough how badly Samoa Joe beat the fucking shit out of him. Just killed him. He said, he beat me so hard that after the match, I looked in a mirror and I didn't recognize myself.
He does hit hard, and it's nasty sometimes.
Yeah, he's a stiff hitter.
He's a stiff hitter. But he did such a great job. Big fan of what he came in with. Brooklyn Bleak, Seth Rollins is just trolling on AEW. He's still ex-ROH champ. Tyler Black, though. That's true. S says, Joe was freaking great. His head makes his headbutts even more effective. It's true. Yeah. It's true. It is like, it's probably the largest. It's maybe like, it's like Big Show's head on like a 6'1's body, you know?
Yeah, right.
It's amazing.
Right.
It's amazing. Yeah. John Busman, that's how you need to debut. Don't need to be a big back and forth as long as it needed to be a good pace, and Joe looked great. 100%, John. 100%. One of you're getting Mario John. But also we got here, Mo says Max Caster looked really good. Solid offensive moves. Yeah, I like Max Caster. Yeah. Max Caster is very good. And he had a great rap.
Oh, really good. Yeah, I like the X Division reference.
There's an X Division reference. There was like, you were the NXT champ when you were losing in the ratings.
Yeah.
And also an injury prone, which is really funny. Really good stuff. Really good stuff. Are we good there? Can we move on?
Are we moving on to the Jay Lethal thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, right after that, Jay Lethal and Sanjay Dutt appear on the big screen. And honestly, like, so they start talking smacks. They said, Joe's not picking up his calls. A good old teacher wasn't picking up Jay Lethal's calls. But he did pick up some people's calls for billionaires. The Samoan gold digger, more like it. That should be a t-shirt. We should get a t-shirt of that. But they got a present for Joe. And so they're going to give it to him like next week or something like that.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. They're going to give him a gift.
What do you think? What do you want to say about this in relation to Ring of Honor? Or what?
Yeah. So I like that they're doing this because, as the story goes, Jay Lethal broke into wrestling and like was doing his thing in New Jersey, but he broke into Ring of Honor as one of Joe's students. Mm-hmm. The first thing he ever did of any prominence in professional wrestling was this angle where he was Joe's student. So they're calling back to that all these years later, and I don't mind them doing that because like, I'm sure some people will be like, "Oh, it's indie. 100 people have seen that. Who cares?" You have the footage. Mm-hmm. You have all of this. So use it. Give us the backstory. Show us this old footage. Like, let's start using this Ring of Honor footage in these storylines. Give us context.
Also, honestly, they probably have to do a lot of work to clean up the stuff. You know, like I'm sure getting everything in and organized. Who's to say if Ring of Honor ever kept things that organized rather than just like a bunch of VHSs for all we know? You know, like, I don't know what that tape library looks like. And I doubt that they digitized everything. You know,
well, that's a good question because the Honor Club, their like Ring of Honor streaming service, I'm pretty sure, and I could be wrong about this historically, they don't have anything before like 2012 or 11 or
That's
something
so
like
weird.
That.
There's probably something weird with that they don't have the rights to or something. I'm curious.
Possibly.
But also just making sure for all those watching right now, check out our podcast. Check out our podcast. It's new podcast exclusives. It's not this anymore. It's podcast exclusives. Stuff. It's real content. It's not this phony baloney BS that we're trying to
Whoa. This is also great. Boo yourself.
I can't find the boo. We get that happen. Jay Lethal and Sanjay Dutt are doing what Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky would love to do. It's just like honestly, it's just like they're acting how I wish Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page would act. Right. You know, kind of like they're being friends, natural conversation. Yeah, because
they're actually friends.
There's nothing natural about that pairing in any way. Yeah. Nothing feels good, you know? Nothing feels good. But we got that. Next up, we have Tony Schiavone is in the back with the Blackpool Combat Club. And Regal continues his ways of accidentally saying somewhat sexual things, and Bryan Danielson starts laughing. He's just like, Regal says, I've got a nut to get off," and he said that to start. He's got to get his nut off. And Bryan Danielson just immediately starts smirking and laughing, and again he praises Bryan Danielson like he's like the greatest wrestler in the world, and you're gonna have to face him. And then you, my friend, will have to face the John Moxley's hard to make nice. Like, what are you saying, William Regal?
Also, I just want to point out, I was watching this with my partner, and my partner had never seen William Regal before and got a real kick out of everything Regal was saying. and they've spent time in the UK. And the last thing he says is like, "You're fanny to the flame" or something. And they were like, "Whoa!" And I was like, "What? Fanny means butt." And they were like, "Yeah, but in the UK, fanny means pussy." So William Regal's really going for it. Wow. I guess.
It's such a weird pairing because they are both much better talkers than he is ever been. And I love William Regal. I think he's like a fun authority
good talker.
Figure. I don't think I think of maybe 1-2 promos he's cut where I was like, oh, okay, but like for the most part, they're just like, it feels like he's trying to get through it. Like I think every single time he starts off, he regrets the things he's saying, and then he's just like, as soon as he's done, he starts mean mugging the camera, just snarling and sniveling. It's very funny. We have some comments here. S writes, they need to buy Impact to get even more footage. Lots of great Joe footage from his run there. Well, if you believe Certified Hustler, it's already been bought.
Yo,
Certified Wrestling Podcast. Certified Wrestling Podcast. We support Certified Wrestling Podcast.
Yeah,
we support his endeavors.
We support the loonies out there.
We're loonies as well.
Yeah, exactly. That's why. That's what I'm saying.
Jeez, I have to cover up for you.
That did it, pal.
I fixed it. All the Money's writes, in real life during Cole's Bullet Club days, he brought Paige into Bullet Club before Cole was leaving the Indies for NXT. The storyline was the villain was revealed and they super kicked Cole. Okay, so they super kick killed Cole.
Cool.
Thank you so much, All the Money's. No, because we asked All the Money's for some information. Yeah. Thank you so much.
I want to see that footage. Put it in the build to this match. I want to see the video package with all that footage.
You're getting one of these.
I didn't mean cool like cool. I meant like, oh, cool.
The way you said it was just like, cool story, bro.
No, that's not what I meant. Sorry, All the Money's. My bad.
Okay, we're good. We have to go. Brooklyn Bleak, your podcast on Spotify? Oh, it's on every streaming service.
Is it on Spotify?
It's on Spotify. You didn't know it's on Spotify, dog?
I follow it on Apple Podcasts.
We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on Spotify. We're on iHeartRadio. We're
what
on
about Podbean?
Everywhere you could look for a podcast, we are. And also rate us on the goddamn Apple Podcast. Yeah, it's like pulling teeth. I got 3. 3.
Are they all 5 stars?
Yeah, we're killing.
Oh, thank God.
We're all 5 stars. They're all 1 stars.
These guys just read comments all day.
We have to keep on going. Next up, we have Sean Spears versus Sean Dean, Captain Sean Dean. And let's talk about Sean Spears' entrance. Because I might love it, but I also kind of hate it.
Okay.
I love it because Sean Spears, he comes out and like I love the whistle. Like so he has his music starts, it's like a whistle. Like almost like a
Yeah.
And then he's sitting in a chair with this spotlight behind him. Love this entrance for the most part. But it makes absolutely no sense. Like you walked out to put down a chair, and you sit in it and pretend you've been sitting there for a while, like you've been relaxing there. When in reality you had to have just gotten there.
Well, maybe maybe a stagehand put the chair out there beforehand. It feels better if he doesn't set the chair.
I almost would like if he like took a nap in the back and someone just dragged the chair and then there was a thing on his head and he just wakes up and he's just like, what? That would make more sense to me. It's fun though. I do enjoy it.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy it?
Yeah, sure. It's the best part about him.
What?
Well, okay.
Have you turned on Sean Spears?
I haven't.
All of a
that's
sudden?
a lie.
You were
that's
so pro Spears just a few weeks ago. He's in our LLW Hall of Fame twice.
He's a 2-timer.
Maybe. Honestly, we don't know.
Yeah, that's aggressive. That's aggressive.
The Hall of Fame is pretty deep.
I like his entrance. I like everything except him wrestling. I don't really care about him wrestling.
What? That's weird. I don't agree with that. But I guess we have to disagree. S, you said, you two ever see Joker Sting from TNA? I'm sure Red would hate it, but Roy might like it. I've never seen it. I've heard about it, and I heard that it's real, like, it's real, like, I don't know. It's him doing a Joker impression, right? Like
I've seen...
Like Heath Ledger's Joker.
Yeah, I've seen clips, and it's it's so bad that it's kind of good. You know, like think about like Sting saying mucho respecto, but like always at a 10 and laughing afterwards.
That's a really good. That's very funny. We got John Busman saying cheeky regal. We need to get some slaps in here. I need a slap noise. John Busman writes, that soundboard is clutch. You're damn right.
What was that one? Stop. Yeah.
Daddy chill. John Busman writes, imagine Sean Spears going to FedEx to make the Wardlow posters every week for MJF. Oh man, where's the Mario coin? Good job. All the money. Speaking of the villain, when we gonna see Marty Scurll and his umbrella in AEW? Never. He's a bad person, right?
He has actually. He is. He has some accusations that are accurate tied to him. He technically did break the law, but what he did was disgusting and would be illegal in America. It just happens to not be illegal in the UK, where it happened.
Don't like it. Don't like it. We don't like that. We don't like that, Marty.
We don't like it.
Mose writes, the whistle's kind of like Omar on The Wire. I still haven't seen The Wire.
First season, fantastic. Haven't seen anything after that.
Interesting. I heard it's amazing throughout, right?
Yeah. I've heard it's. The first season broke my heart so much that I couldn't go back for the second season.
Spears. Then Mose writes, Spears is weak sauce. Do not agree.
Who said that? Mose.
Mose said that.
Mose. I think Spears is great as a compliment to everything.
All the Money's writes, dear God, Joker Sting is whole other level. We should actually. You know what? Maybe that's something that we could review.
Yeah.
We want your suggestions of things to review for the podcast. Maybe we could do one tomorrow if you're up for
I
it.
was gonna say I think Thursdays are gonna be our podcast exclusive days.
Yeah. So let us know what you think. Any ideas of what we should cover? We'll try to get something from Peacock, I'm sure. Maybe a match or.
And I think TNA is a good thing for us to review because they just keep putting full shows on YouTube too.
Yeah, we can find the entire damn library.
Yeah.
Then we got S-Rank. Skrull can be managed by Flair. Ooh.
Actually, I was gonna save this for Saturday, but some breaking news for our Saturday show for the Weekly Wrestle.
Are we going head-to-head with Flair?
That is actually happening. Marty Scurll and Ric Flair are joining Control Your Narrative. Just kidding.
I really believe that. Yeah. Scotty Too Hottie entered the narrative.
That's what it is when you.
That's what they're saying.
Enter the narrative.
You enter the narrative. But he just wants work.
Yeah, he just wants work. I don't blame
Brooklyn
him.
Bleak says, if no Briscoes in AEW, then damn sure no Squirrel.
Yeah, right.
No Squirrel.
No Squirrel. No
Marty
Squirrel. Maybe he will debut in a mask as Marty Squirrel.
Oh. We're doing great. We got to move on. But yeah, Sean Spears and just Sean Dean.
And Sean Dean wins after Wardlow comes in.
Yeah, there's a disturbance in the back. That's what Excalibur says. And then they're like, MJF's on commentary. He does a great job on commentary.
Yeah, he does a great job.
He does a great job.
Yeah.
But then he's just like, uh-oh, I'm just hearing in the back. And then they stalling. And then she's like, who is it? He's like, I'm going to let you find out yourself. It's just awkward. But Wardlow comes out, beating up all the security guards real hard.
Yeah, he's beating the shit
out of them. But then eventually the real bodyguards come and they immediately take him away.
Yeah.
And they drag him away. But that was enough for Sean Dean to get the roll up. But Sean Dean beat MJF?
He did not actually beat. Yes, he did, but he also didn't really do it. It was during the Punk feud. Do you remember this? Punk ran down and hit Sean Dean with the go to sleep, but it was during a match with MJF, so MJF got disqualified.
Brilliant. I remember.
Really
good. Because I was upset at that because I always had an idea for a manager that would, if ever his guy's in trouble, he'll get up on the ring post and just punch him in the face, and then they get the win. It's just. Nobody steal that. Nobody steal that. That's I still want to do that one day. Yeah. All the Money's writes, yes, Marty and Joey should tag on Choose Your Narrative or Choose Your Narrative. Yeah, they should. Honestly, that's the place for all of them. Austin Aries, them, Daryl Wentz. I don't know his name. Moving on. We got to keep. That one guy that called us snowflakes in the comments on one of our old videos.
Really? Someone did that?
Called us snowflakes. He belongs in Control Your Narrative.
He's an investor.
Moving on. We got to keep this going. We got to keep this. Oh, you got the hiccups. That's podcast murder right there.
I'm all right.
No, he can control his hiccups. We've talked about this. Trent. Yeah. Trent is in the back, and he thinks Wheeler is a backstabber and a traitor.
Yeah, he sure does. I feel bad because, like, I guess I'm supposed to be like, yeah, I support the best friends. But in my head, I'm like, Wheeler, get the fuck out of there. Get out of there. Get away from them.
Honestly, he needs to get far away. Far, far away.
Yeah.
Nasty Martinez is in the chat.
Nasty.
Hello there.
Just giving you a greeting. But yeah, so we have that. I honestly just can't wait for Wheeler to do whatever he's going to do.
Yeah, which will hopefully happen. He's crossed the 2. Now he's got to cross the 3rd. He's really impressed Brian because he spit in his face. He really impressed Regal because of all that he's done. And now he's just got to impress Moxley.
The hardest one to impress.
Yeah, got to save the hardest for last.
Gotta save it. That's the nicest thing he has to say about Jon Moxley.
Yeah, it's
very hard to.
He had this like moment where he was like, the world's greatest wrestler, Bryan Danielson. And he could have been like the world's greatest fighter, but instead he was like, 100%. This guy's scary.
Yeah, he can't. Why can't he just say that? That makes so much like the world's greatest wrestler, world's greatest fighter. Like that's a great way to talk about them. Right. Damn it. Next up we have. So this is weird. Maybe I missed something in the night. Yeah. Did you miss it too?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Why are you agreeing?
Because I'm here to support you.
Yeah, that's fair. Thank you so much. Hey, we get Eddie Kingston and the Proud and Powerful.
Okay, yeah.
They're in the back beating up Jericho Appreciation Society.
Yeah.
But they said this happened backstage earlier.
Yeah.
Did we miss it? Did I miss this?
It was supposed to be before the show started. Like earlier today, this happened. Like earlier.
I wish they didn't explain that well.
They didn't do a
They're
good
like
job
earlier tonight, blah blah blah, and like when you say it like that, it makes you feel like you missed something.
Yeah.
But they should have said, "Hey, this footage is actually from earlier." Blah, blah,
right.
Blah,
exactly. Yeah.
Something. Yeah. But then Eddie and Proud and Powerful come out to no music. To no music.
Yeah. Eddie. They come out to Eddie being like, "Ha! Ha!"
Like Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah.
Jeez,
no respect.
I was gonna talk about gay Rodney.
Yeah. Oh man, that's the first thing that comes to mind every single time.
That's for Rob Gagnon.
Bobby Gags.
Bless that mountain man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And his mountain family.
Beautiful family. Moving on. And then they're saying Eddie's like, you know, this has gotten to a personal level, you know, because you're with your family, your kids, and your wife, I'm gonna hit you. If you're with your kids in the park, I'm gonna hit you. Danny Garcia, I know where you live. I'm gonna come to your house. It's just so.
I love it.
Yeah, I know you do. Eddie is one of the most home run or like foul ball people there's ever been. Like he always swings for the fences. And I like that.
Yeah.
I really like that about him because he always goes for like the biggest moment he can each time. Yeah. And he says all his words that he's ever thought of in his life at the same time. And so like, but I like that. This was a this is a what? Wait, where's the.
Well, while you find that, there you go. The thing about Eddie that I like so much is that like, when you're really worked up, like as a human being, when you're really worked up and you're like losing your fucking mind and you're so hyped, you're not the most articulate. You're not, when you just like get into this giant brawl and you're super fired up and you've reached a certain point where you're just losing your fucking mind, you're not necessarily going to like be the most articulate with your words. You're just going to go out there and you're just going to start screaming. So it doesn't like that's why I believe Eddie Kingston, maybe more than any other wrestler. I believe Eddie Kingston because of that. Because like there are so many instances in the AEW everywhere where two people get into a giant fight and the guy's sweating and he's angry and he's furious and he wants to fight this guy and then he cuts this like articulate, wonderful promo. And it's like, hey man, like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm a big fan of Eddie. I want to see Eddie matches like when he talks. I enjoy it because honestly, it's never boring. Yeah. It's never boring for him. And so, like, that's good. But I probably would side with Punk. that he's a piece of garbage. He seems like a lot of people I know, and I just he feels like a lot of people I knew just growing up, like just these like shit talkers that say like they'll say everything, but I don't think they back it up at all. I don't know. Maybe
I'd imagine that Eddie Kingston was just like that for a really long time, but I also believe that Eddie Kingston has matured, grown up, and is now probably like a really nice person.
I'm sure he is. He's probably not bad. All the Money's writes, Eddie, Santana, Ortiz got legs as a group. I'm a mark for Ortiz. Yeah, really and I like them as a group. I think they're wonderful. Then after that, Santana says what they do. What does he say? This is what we do. This is what we do. He just kept saying that. And then Ortiz challenges them to a 6-man tag. And then Eddie mentions Junkyard Dog and Butch Reed. Very angry, I wrote. Did you hear that?
Yeah. Well, because they're New Orleans guys.
Yeah. They're in Boston.
Yeah.
Oh, next week they're going to be in New Orleans.
But they're going to fight next week in New Orleans.
I'm just so confused. Oh, okay. Fine, I'll let that slide.
Right.
Nasty writes, I feel like Eddie was just trying to get the on-site thing over way too hard. It got annoying. Oh, what does on-site mean? Oh, that's what he was saying, like, on-site. I'm going to fight them on-site. That makes sense now. Oh, John Busman wrote on-site before and I missed it. Yeah, but the on-site thing was just annoying. That was very annoying. Thank you so much, Nasty. I think we're on the same page. Nasty saying you're going to beat someone up on site is already a threatening and cool line. Yeah, like, you don't have to explain it like that. Like, I didn't like the whole thing. Like, the whole thing with the family thing was just weird. It was just kind of weird. I don't know. It doesn't feel good. Brooklyn Bleak, the Junkyard Dog Butch Reed at the end hit me out of nowhere. Yeah, it just felt, I don't know. Anyway, he's just
I loved
Eddie.
it.
He's just Eddie, and Eddie, we have to accept Eddie for all that he is and isn't. That's
I also
want
to point out that he threw a TV at them backstage earlier in the night. And yeah.
I really love that.
Yeah, we're going to get to another reason why I loved it in a little bit.
We have S writing, there's footage of Eddie Kingston hugging a fan who struggles with anxiety and appreciated Eddie being willing to talk about his own anxiety. I think Eddie's a good dude. He's probably a good dude. He's probably fine. I don't know.
Where's Joe right now? Where's Joe when you need
He's
him?
probably fine. Oh, yeah, no, Joe would be ripping Eddie apart. Because I think Joe knew those Eddie Kingstons as well. We grew up together. Same town. Right. Same town. Moving on. Hook.
Yeah.
Hook.
What was this
promo.
About?
There's a Hook promo just kind of showing it. And then they kind of Danhausen at the end. There was just showing a Hook and his feud with QT and how he's like on an unstoppable path. And then they just show the Danhausen cursing thing. And I just don't know why they're doing that.
Danhausen and Hook are going to be an unlikely duo.
You think they're going to tag or something?
I don't know. I think Danhausen's cleared to wrestle or will be cleared to wrestle soon. The Factory is going to tag. Oh. I just had a thought, but I'm not ready to share that thought. Wow. Yeah, I think the Factory is going to triple team him or whatever. And then Danhausen's going to come out and he's going to do the curse thing first. And the Factory is going to be like, yeah, that don't do nothing. And then he's going to start beating him up. And then Hook and Danhausen are going to take out the Factory.
Okay. I'm into it. Let us know what you think of that. Do you think Hook and Danhausen would make a good duo? Also call the hotline, 201-574-7222. Brooklyn Bleak writes, Eddie's an old school wrestling fan, though, so I understand. Yeah. I'm glad he's finally getting attention. No, I'm not trying to rag on him. It's just, I'm trying to rag on him.
I'm about to go down to Taco Bell and give me a blast.
Just to break up the tension in the room. It seems like we were all a little tense there. We have Jade Cargill. Cargill with Tony Schiavone, and she's showing her baddie section. I'm assuming that's just her friends, right?
No, she has a different baddie section in every. It's confident, sexy women that she finds in these towns. She holds open auditions in each town. For confident, sexy women. And if they win, they get to sit front row in the baddie section at Dynamite.
What a great thing.
I don't know if there's actually open auditions. That's essentially what it is.
But she's has her baddie section. She explains the word, as you just did as well. And she's tired of these MMA losers coming into her business.
Oh, it's so good. She's so fucking good.
And she says she's the problem solver. They are a problem, and she's the problem solver.
Well, so Marina Shafir calls herself the problem.
Oh, that's good.
And then she says, no problem, I'm the problem solver. And she has those glasses that say that bitch. And I love, before she delivers the problem solver line, she turns to her lawyer, her confidant, and says, give me space. And he's like, oh, okay. And he backs off. Oh, it's so good. She's so good.
She is she's really coming into her own.
Yeah.
Really happy for Jade. I am worried about this match. Because of Marina Shafir, not because of Jade.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see. I'm hopeful for it. I'm definitely hopeful for it. We got some comments. S writes Hookhausen. Very interesting. Nasty Martinez. Hookhausen. We got some same wavelength.
People are on board here.
We're on board. Mose writes Danhausen first match will be Hook. Mark it. So Hook versus Danhausen. Oh, Danhausen.
Interesting.
I don't think that's a.
I don't think that's a good matchup, but it's interesting. You're
gonna have Danhausen lose his first match. You have to. Nasi says, I don't know why she had to say baddie. Just say bad bitch. She's trying to sell more t-shirts. The more catchphrases you have, the better.
Yeah.
And honestly, more people will buy baddie than bitch on a shirt.
Yeah, I could see like many people of different ages wearing Baddie Club t-shirts.
Yeah, I could wear a Baddie Club t-shirt and it wouldn't be. If I'm wearing a that bitch t-shirt, then it's different, you know? Yeah. I people already don't sit next to me on the bus. Katie Rudolph is here.
Hey.
Wait, hold on. Jeez.
Hello there.
She writes, they write, we've been together for 4 years and this was a noise I didn't know he was even capable of making. Our cat ran and hid under the bed. Samoa Joe. Is that Kay?
That's Kay.
Kay, welcome to the chat, Kay. Very good to see you, Kay.
Increasing the demographic.
Very nice to meet you. Yeah. Brooklyn Bleak, smash the like button, everyone. Please smash the like button. And Katie, have you heard about our podcast?
Or the hotline.
On the hotline, 201-574-722. Nancy Martinez says, I want those glasses. We all want those glasses. They were sharp. They were sharp glasses. We got Brooklyn Bleak. I love this Cargill segment for some reason. Almost charisma overload. Yeah, she is
so
great.
Good. Oh.
JR said something weird though. Did you hear that weird thing JR said?
I try to ignore.
We really should have a graphic and a sound like the weird thing JR said. He's just like, Jade Cargill, her attributes are amazing. They're physical. You could see them. Just like weird. Like I know he's trying to say she's like giant, but he's so uncomfortable talking non-sexually about someone.
So afraid to say something that's going to get him in trouble.
Because all you have to do is don't say something sexual, JR. Right. If you're like, she's massive, she's got strongest arms in the business, she's like a brick house, like anything, you could say all those things. But the minute you start saying just like, her form, like, just say, calm down, JR.
Yeah.
Daddy, chill.
John Busman says, I love and look forward to Tony cut the shit every week. Yeah, I do like that. Jade is really fun with Tony. Everyone's fun with Tony.
Everyone is fun with Tony.
Except for Tony doesn't have fun with them. I think Tony's real sad. Mose writes, my daughters cringe when Jade swears. Can't say I disagree. They cringe and like, oh, or I'm curious.
They cringe like, I shouldn't be listening to this right now.
Or they cringe like, why is she saying that?
Yeah, like that's
Dad,
lame.
Why is she saying that? That's lame. That's cringe. Do they say that's cringe? Kids would say that.
Kids say that.
Brooklyn Bleak says it depends. Brooklyn Bleak says it depends on how Danhausen wrestles in AEW. When he started, he was the generic, talented, technical wrestler. I would love to see him get back to those roots. Like I really like him as a technical wrestler that maybe has some goofy things. I do not like the tequila kicks. Bro, do you like the tequila kicks?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not that familiar. Wait, hold on a second. We have to take a pause for the cause. Can we go back in the YouTube chat? I'm not looking at the YouTube chat, but I just got a message, and we got to take a look here. Hold on a second. Katie commented twice, and we only read the second one with no context to the second one, so we need to read the first one to make sure it all makes sense.
Kay wrote, yo, Kay here. I just want to drop in and share. S was doing the dishes on Saturday morning, watching the Ring of Honor show with his Bluetooth headphones, and suddenly he squealed. squealed. We've been together for 4 years, and I swear this was the noise I didn't know he was even capable of making. Our cat ran away and hid under the bed. Samoa Joe. Oh, that's so funny.
Amazing. Incredible.
Thank you so much. Like, that's very funny that I missed that first comment completely. How did you know?
I got a message from S in the Discord that said,
the
read
Discord
the first comment.
strikes again. Everyone have fun in the Discord. We're all having fun.
Is your cat named Joe in honor of Samoa Joe? Because I would name a cat Joe in honor of
Joe. Is a
Samoa
great
Joe.
name for a cat, I think.
Smoky Joe.
So next, we got to keep moving on. We got to keep moving on. And S wrote in the comments here, you missed the first part of K's comment. It was a two-parter. Hey.
Oh, that's hot.
Okay, I'm just actually very sweaty in here. So,
Yeah,
but I saw
I don't know why I'm wearing this sweatshirt. This is crazy.
It's a heat wave here. It's 90 degrees.
It's 90.
Yeah, out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. Next up, we have Alex Marvez in the back with MJF and Spears. And MJF wants to give Sean Dean a Purple Heart next week.
Yeah.
Going to injure him in the line of duty. I thought he was going to say something against our active veterans. And the thing is, like, honestly,
I would have been on board.
He says everything else. Like, he said everything else. I'm all for, I appreciate the struggles that people go through in the armed forces, but it's just weird that MJF drew the line there.
Right.
But that happens. Next up.
Wait.
What?
We got to talk about this wonderful moment for me that I loved so much in this segment at the end. MJF, before walking off, says, somebody fix this TV. It's the same TV that Eddie threw.
Good. That is so funny. I noticed it too. As MJF is walking away, he's just like, someone fix this TV. That's such a great... He's so smart.
Yeah.
He's so smart, and I trust him so much. Really great stuff. Nasty writes, I wish MJF said something against veterans.
Me too.
So we're all in the same place.
It.
If you're going to see something bad about everyone, say it about everyone.
Yeah.
They could take it. They're tough.
Yeah.
They're army strong.
Yeah. They're an army of one.
They're an army of one, dog. Give it to them. Moving on. We got to keep going. Next up, we get this tables match. Yeah, tables match. So, I want to talk about the table match in general first.
Well, I was going to ask you, what's your favorite tables match?
There's only been,
one,
honestly, there's one that I could think of. But the thing is, I know there's been a lot of table matches, and they can be fun. But the Hardys are old, and Butcher and Blade are clumsy.
Yeah.
And the combination of those two things, it just led to a very awkward, uncomfortable match.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. The whole thing I didn't enjoy.
It's very uncomfortable.
I didn't understand why you eliminated Jeff Hardy only to have Jeff Hardy still win the match. That doesn't happen very often in AEW, but it happened here. There was that one there were a couple of moments where I thought Jeff was dead. He was going up to the top rope early in the match, and last second, Blade cuts him off, and he lands real hard. Because
I think that was it was a botched spot, because that was the way that they threw Matt through the table with the suplex and that was probably going to happen eventually, but there was a sequence there that got messed up, and not their fault. Things happen. But man, this match was clumsy. This is not the way to. I don't want to see I want to see the Hardys have fun and do their stuff and have good matches. Yeah. But I don't care to see them get hurt anymore. Ooh. I do not want to see Jeff get hurt. I do not want to see Matt Hardy ever do a leg drop again.
Yeah, that was the other thing too. And I guess he was fine doing the leg drop because not only did the table break his fall, but Butcher's face also broke his fall.
Yeah, the ass is fused to his spine. It can't move. It's stuck there. He should not be doing that.
Yeah. And then they did the what's that thing called? Is it called the Whisper in the Wind when Jeff jumps off Matt's back? But it wasn't Jeff's fault either. It was Butcher.
It was slippery. No, he sweat.
The other thing too though about it is that if you look really closely, Butcher's on his elbows, not his hands. So he's not on a flat his back isn't a flat surface. There's a slant. So he's slippery and he's slanted. So he just slips and eats shit.
I'm assuming that's because he's much taller than Matt. And probably something about the height is probably a difference. Like he probably has to get a little lower. But it was clumsy. Like there's just a lot of stuff. A lot of them getting hurt. And honestly, I don't like tables matches where like it just feels stupid if they could just immediately come back and help. I get there's no rules in a tables match, but there should be something like they're handcuffed to the rail or something.
Oh, that's a good idea. That's interesting. Different visual. They go in a cage.
Yeah, bring cages out. If you're gonna do a tables match,
put them in a shark cage. Yeah,
bring them up, hoist them. But yeah, then we get some of that. We get back from the break. Matt is hitting Butcher with a chair, leg drop through the table. Matt flips through a table, but it doesn't count, I guess.
Right?
Because
it doesn't.
I don't like that rule.
I like that rule. I like that rule.
I think as soon as you break a table, whether you wanted to or not, and that makes it part of the thing. Like I felt like. Also, that's how a lot of people lost tables matches in the past.
We should find out. We should go back and watch.
I'm pretty sure Jeff Hardy has lost tables matches from doing a Swanton Bomb to no one being there.
Yeah. There's just a lot about this. Like Jeff, looks exactly the same until he wrestles, and then you're like, oh, you're old now.
But I get it.
Not even old. His body's just taken such a beating.
Yeah, and those Swanton Bombs he's giving are killing them.
Dude, he literally, anytime they set up two tables and he does a Swanton Bomb through two tables, the wrestler always eats shit. So, like, the guy on the table
Mark
dies.
Quinn almost died. Blade just died tonight.
He literally sat on Blade's face. He came down on Blade's face.
He crunches them. He calls it the Swan Crouton or the Crouton Bomb or something. We got comments here. Nasty says, I wish MJF said, we already said that. Nasty writes, you'll go missing like Saddam's weapons of mass destruction. Oh, that's pretty saucy.
It's pretty spicy, yeah.
But that's not even that's a fact now, right? Like I think the government's even said, "Oh yeah, we didn't do that. We did that wrong," right?
I don't know. I'd rather not know.
There we
go. This moment, yeah.
We got the Freedom of Information Act. All the Money says this tables match simply didn't make sense in the booking. Overdid it to me. Yeah, I agree. It just didn't. It didn't make sense. It didn't make sense to book it first off, but also it's just tables matches don't make sense.
It made sense to book it on paper, but it didn't make sense to book it in general. Like, Jeff put Butcher and Blade through tables a couple of weeks ago, so then that's all you need to do a tables match. But you shouldn't be doing a tables match with these guys. You shouldn't be doing a tables match just in the middle of your TV show. And really, I don't care. Like, I'm not super invested in all of this right now.
I don't like tables matches the way they've ever been done. Yeah. I really would like, put them all in a ring. Right? Have a tables match where the two tag teams are in the ring, and surrounding the ring are tables. Surrounding the ring as close to the ring as possible. So the goal is to throw them through one of those. Yeah. And once they fall through those, they can't get back in the ring.
Mm-hmm. I think that's great. And
I also... You get your table fun.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. And I think Jeff Hardy is like New Jack now. I'm comparing the two because I feel like Jeff Hardy's too old to do balcony dives. Like, he's too old to do these, like, big, huge swantons that he's doing on national television for free. But he has to, because it's what's expected of him now.
It's a shame. I hate this. I love the Butcher. He cut a promo for this match wearing a Black Flag shirt. Dude is cool AF. Was disappointed with his match. Can't lie, Jack. Butcher seems like a really cool guy. Yeah, honestly, you can't look like that and not be a cool guy.
Yeah.
How do you get through life? Right. He's probably super sweet, super funny. Probably a good musician, I hear. And he looks amazing.
Incredible.
He looks like the best wrestler, but he wrestles like he's a backwards person. Like it's a bizarro wrestling. Like he does really good at times, and then sometimes he's just like overkill dangerous or overkill just clumsy. Like it's hard.
Well, the thing about Butcher is, first of all, Butcher's favorite coffee drink, flat white with soy. Stole that from my short film, Flat White with Soy.
Very interesting.
Yeah, but and that's such like a funny little soft coffee drink. This like tough guy's drinking a flat white with soy, whatever that is. But Butcher, the thing about Butcher is that we need to remember that he's been wrestling for like 4 or 5 years, and he's also in his 40s. Mm-hmm. Like he's like DDP in that way. But Butcher and the Blade, man, watching them come to the ring, they might be the coolest looking tag team in all of wrestling. Like they look so cool.
They probably are the coolest looking tag team in the history of wrestling. And they have it's just like they're all look. I'm trying to think of another.
That's
person,
why they should be the APA.
Like Sid Vicious.
Yeah, like Sid.
Like everything you need. They should be the APA or 911, like a combination APA 911.
Right.
That's what we need. We have some comments here. Brooklyn Bleak, just wondering if you saw the Impact Ring of Honor pay-per-views. Was it reviewed on your podcast? Yes, it was.
Ring of Honor was. We haven't reviewed Impact yet, but we might. We have access to it.
Why don't maybe we'll do that for this thing?
We should.
Maybe we'll think about it. But check out the podcast. It's available now on anywhere you listen to podcasts.
Yeah, got that.
And
right.
give us a review. Mo says nobody wanted to see Matt as the guy. Everyone wants Jeff.
Right.
Yeah.
So why did you eliminate Jeff from the tables match only to still have Jeff win the match?
Yeah. I just think that they should go to Broken World, do all their things at the compound, just be there and have fun moments and matches at the compound, safe.
Can I tell you something? Real quick. I started watching today at work, while I was working in my garage. I started watching Slammiversary 2016 from TNA. They were still TNA at the time. And you may think, ugh, rough time for TNA. The double main event, the co-main event of that show was the new Broken Matt Hardy. He had just become broken versus Jeff Hardy, Brother Nero. And then the main event for the TNA Championship was Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley.
That's very funny.
The co-main events of that show.
I have to check that out. We should all check that out.
We should. The opening match has, it's a 4-way X Division match, and 2 of the guys are in WWE right now. One of the guys is still in Impact now, and the other guy is also talented but not around. It's a deep roster. They had a very deep roster too.
They always kind of have, and they put out good content. We have to support them too. Joe Wright. Joe's in the chat.
Joe's here.
Wait, there we go. Joe writes, Jeff Hardy spent years destroying his body. Now he will destroy yours. Fix your swantons. Yeah, that's fair. No, 100%. We were just saying. All the money's delete. We agree.
Right.
Delete this. Nancy Martinez says, Butcher and Blade are probably second coolest looking NXT next to the Lucha Bros. I think they're cooler looking than the Lucha
Bros. The Lucha Bros. I mean, that is Penta. There isn't really a wrestler cooler than Penta.
Have you ever seen someone look like Butcher?
That is true.
Ever.
That is true too.
He looks like Ox Baker on steroids. He's everything.
You're loving the Ox Baker tonight.
No, I use Baron Raschke.
That's right. Another bald wrestler.
Rick Knox looks like a sick Baron von Raschke. Nassi writes, honestly, I get worried anytime somebody above 30 gets on a ladder. I do too, but like Jeff more than anyone. All the money's bring back Senor Benjamin. Bring back Senor Benjamin. I hope he's well.
Yeah.
Brooklyn Bleak says, those new Jeff Swantons are the only thing I care about them in AEW. I laugh at how stiff they are now. He's killing those poor guys. Mark Quinn is still feeling it. It's hard. But yeah, we get the win with Jeff Hardy just killing Blade from a swanton off the ladder. And that's the end of the match. After that, though, we have Andrade comes out with his crew. Then the music hits. It's Sting, and he does a cool move when he comes out that he whips out his bat from behind his back, which was real cool. Real good. But then he beats up a few people, and then the guy, I forget the guy's name, Jose?
Yeah,
he's just Jose like, no, thank you. And I was just like, you should have fed that. You've hit Arn Anderson before. You could take a bat. You should bump for that bat. He didn't want to bump on the stage. I really see that. Then Andrade kind of just like walked around. He used Bunny as a human shield. And he was able to get out of there. I'm curious about them, so I'm curious to see where this goes. Next up, this is something interesting that I think you're going to enjoy, Roy. I think you're going to enjoy it.
I love it.
Christian Cage and Jurassic Express are in the back. And Christian is angry. And he throws something and then runs away. But then we get Jungle Boy, gives a little talking to. He sounds like he's 16 years old.
He's got such a dumb voice, and I feel bad because he can't help it. He's got a dumb voice, but he does a thing where he's got the belt, and before he starts talking, he kind of looks at the dinosaur guy, and he's like under his breath, he goes, "I guess I'll take care of this," and he's just like, "Hey, you want to fight us for the titles? we'll do it. You're a do-do-do.
Did you just do the
Jungle Boy?
Did you just do the Carlos Mencia do?
No. Whoa! But that's him. And I can't imagine him like with Anna Jay being like, "I love you, Anna." Like it's really that voice is tough.
Honestly, what he should do, and I've been saying, less is more, and he's got a good look. His face, he's got these he's got these eyes like smoldering. He doesn't smolder.
Yeah,
and he's like, and he's always doing that. And I think if he just plays up to it, like, just talks quietly, like kind of like, I think we're gonna win tonight, and just talk like you have laryngitis, and just say few things, and just be mysterious. The more you say,
smoking.
You should start smoking. Jungle Boy should be smoking.
Yeah.
And then fucking Luchasaurus says, "Dinosaurs and dragons." Blah!
What a good pairing we are. My Jungle Boy and your Luchasaurus. Really, like, just like on the same show as like Christian and Adam Cole and MJF and the Bucks and FTR. These are your tag team champions. Literally a 14-year-old and his imaginary friend, the dinosaur.
Actually, I like them a lot more when you describe them like that. That's fun. All the Money's Rights. Marco Stunt was better on the mic. Honestly, he was. And Marco Stunt was kind of feisty on the mic. I liked his feistiness. That was the only thing I liked about him. But he is no longer with us. We got to move on. We have to move on. Then we get a Nyla Rose versus Thunder Rosa promo package there. Looks good. Looking fun.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that. Then we have Tony with Jamie Hayter and Tony Storm.
I liked this.
You did like this, huh? I did not know Jamie Hayter had an accent.
You didn't know Jamie Hayter? She's from the UK.
I haven't seen her speak a damn thing.
Sure.
But they don't like each other. That's what I wrote down. That's all I could get out of that.
Yeah.
They don't like each other, but they're both in the Owen Hart Invitational. They're both made it in. And we're going to find out who's the next one in this next match. We have Julia Hart versus Hakurashida. I love Julia Hart's entrance. I like the shitty cheerleader. I think the shitty cheerleader is a fun gimmick. I hope she keeps the cheerleader part, becomes more and more evil. But this was fine. This was a fine match. I think Julia Hart's becoming a little better, a little bit more comfortable in her skin.
Yeah.
I think Hakurashida did a lot of legwork here.
Yeah.
She was working hard for Julia. What how'd you think of the match?
I felt similarly. I can't say that word very well. Yeah, I think Julia Hart's like 18 and not the strongest person in the world and a newer wrestler, and I think Shida did a great job of kind of navigating it. The ending was a little sloppy, but yeah, we as viewers of AEW, at least myself, but I'm going to group everybody into this.
All of us, every single one.
Every single one of us. Take Hikaru Shida for granted, I think. I came to that conclusion tonight. This tournament, the finals, Hikaru Shida should be in the finals of this tournament.
I think Hikaru Shida should win it. I just think she's I think she's great. Thunder Rosa's got the championship. Britt Baker's got a championship. Jade's got a championship. I think she's really deserves more accolades. I know she won the AEW Women's Champion in the worst time to be the AEW.
Right. She was literally women's champion from the beginning of the pandemic era when there were no crowds to the end of the time when there were no crowds. That she never got a moment, she never really had what she deserved. And I wouldn't be mad if the finals of this tournament was Shida and Tony Storm and Shida wins.
Yeah, I agree. We have some comments here. S says, in regards to Jungle Boy, he needs to watch some of his dad's work on 90210. That's the vibe Red's talking about. You're 100% right. I forgot that it's Luke Perry's kid.
100%.
You should just be watching your dad and pretend to be your dad. Maybe he doesn't want to do that, actually.
Should I go back and watch that show?
I've seen smidges of it. S, let us know if we should watch 90210. Maybe we should review that.
I love Dawson's Creek. And if I love Dawson's
Creek,
I assume I would love 90210.
Dawson's Creek is saucy. I used to love Buffy, but it's canceled now.
Yeah. Is it canceled? The show is?
Joss Whedon's a piece of shit.
Really?
I'll wait for him to die before I watch the show again. That's my new rule. Like, I feel like I could listen to Michael Jackson songs. I can't wait for R. Kelly to die. Like, I really can't wait. I'm so excited.
He'll die
I just
soon.
don't want them to be able to get any money, royalties, accolades. Once they're dead, it's just like, art's art, bro. They're dead.
They're dead.
I don't know, Hitler's paintings. like, get his paintings. Don't buy him when he's alive.
Who? Whose paintings?
Hitler.
Oh.
Hitler was a painter.
Right, he was a painter. Yeah.
And I said, like, have Hitler's paintings, but don't buy it when he's alive. That's my take on that.
Yeah.
I probably would get canceled for this. I said Hitler, and now the spiders are gonna come. They're gonna take us offline. The Google spiders. We got Nasty says, I wish Jungle Boy should just be a soft talking guy. I can see him as that. Yeah. Quiet guy, simple man. He's from the jungle.
He's from the jungle.
Brooklyn Bleak says, so Lucha Express, where the wild things are, equals where the wild things are. That's very fun. I like that.
Yeah.
That's cute. That should be a t-shirt. Honestly, if they had a Where the Wild Things themed t-shirt.
If you just leaned into it so much more. Yeah.
Lean. Brooklyn Bleak says, hey, have you seen the Tony Storm being high as fuck during an interview signing? Lol, here we go again. Was she high as fuck? I'd love to see that. Send it to us. Send us, Brooklyn Bleak. Text us
I want to see that.
At 201-574-7222 if you find that video again. Joe writes, if they ever go to WWE, they should be Cave Boy and his pet Dino. My kids would love it. They probably would.
That's true.
You're sweet boys. You're sweet boys, and they would love it. I would love it. I wish I had a cute thing. S writes, you guys ever seen Twin Peaks? There's a cheerleader in an eye patch character on that show. I do remember that now. Oh my God. Hart should watch that show for the character development. Plus, it's an amazing show. It's a great show. I did miss the last season.
Maybe she
I didn't see the last season or the movies. I should see it, though. S says, no. Watch Twin Peaks. We got to watch Twin Peaks. You
okay,
gotta
great.
Watch Twin Peaks. All Money's concurs, says Twin Peaks. We're on Twin Peaks. This is now Woos and What's of Twin Peaks. Massey writes, anticipating J.K. Rowling's demise so hard. Oh, I can't wait. I never read the books.
Fuck her.
Yeah, I can't wait to read the books one day.
She's a real fucking piece of shit.
Shitty.
Sorry.
And I'm anti Will Smith, by the way. You heard it here.
Yeah, so am I.
Oh, good.
So am I.
Good. I got an argument with someone the other day about it. They were trying to defend it.
There's other ways to defend your family than slapping Chris Rock on live television.
One other thing is we're talking about it now. I don't think
I can't wait to do a show and get slapped.
I understand the instinct, and I understand he made a mistake.
Sure.
But the fact everyone should recognize that was a mistake, a bad thing, and he should have been kicked out.
Right. 100%. 100%.
Fight me. Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Okay, we got to keep going. Then after Hakurashida gives the Falcon Arrow for the win, and she muscles her up there. Both times she gives a suplex.
Sure does.
Like Hart is 100 pounds maybe, and she is not giving her anything on these suplexes. No, you gotta give her something, and she's muscling her up. Hikaru is doing a lot of work there. But afterwards, we had Serena Deeb's music plays, and Hakurashida's got her kendo stick, and she's ready to go. And out comes Serena Deeb with a chair from behind, and they start circling each other, and I'm waiting for it. Have a fucking duel, dog. Why are you back? Like, sword fight that shit. I want to see a chair versus kendo stick, you know? Like, if you're going to do that, someone's got to make a contact, you know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
At least have, something. But, like, in all honesty, Serena Deeb, like, a chair would destroy a kendo stick.
Sure, especially that kendo stick. That kendo stick does not look strong.
No. I could break that kendo stick. We got some Brooklyn Bleak says, amazing people are defending Will Smith. Yeah, disagree with it. Hard disagree. John Busman says, who's Will Smith? Oh! We got to keep going. We have to keep going. We can't do this forever. Next up, Alex Marvez with Swerve. We have Swerve in the back.
Oh, yeah.
And Swerve's talking about how he went to the Grammys. He was there. He's supporting his friends that helped produce Donda. Donda. My little brother has decided that Kanye West is a part of his personality now. So he's constantly talking about him, and he's constantly referencing it. So it's like all the time.
Is this a bit or is this real?
It's half. It's half and
Okay.
half. It's real because he really loves the music and he can't get enough of it. And it's a bit because he knows it drives me up a wall. I'm just like, why does this conversation need Kanye West in it?
I love that.
He's talking about his time in the Grammys, and then all of a sudden he goes into his locker room. The male locker room, it said.
Yeah.
Male dressing area.
And then underneath it was a sign that said visitors.
Stop. And then as soon as he goes in, Alex Marvez immediately holds the door open. Like, and he's holding the door open. And then he's just like, get in. Because like they go into attack. They bomb rush him. I don't think you're allowed in there, Alex. So they start fighting, beating up Swerve, smashing around. Then Keith Lee gets involved, start tussling, big boys slapping each other. And then all of a sudden, big Keith Lee throws Powerhouse Hobbs through a wall.
Yeah, he pounces him through a wall.
And the best part about it is, one of what Keith Lee is such a nerd.
Yeah.
That he did the absolute best thing afterward. Is just stand there and breathe.
Yeah.
The look of his back, his giant back with the destruction for him, he just knew in his head, he's just like, I'm the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
And I just smashed through a wall.
Yeah.
Like he's thinking this, and like he's so smart with it because he just likes to be in the moment, the comic book Dragon Ball Z moment.
Yeah.
And he's just so into it that he's just like amazing visual.
Yep.
He gets visuals more than anyone on the roster right now, where he's just like, I do a move and then I give him something, you know, or like someone hits me and I let them know I'm angry now. Amazing stuff.
Absolutely.
Did you like the pounce?
I loved the pounce. I did.
It's good stuff, right?
I try to suspend disbelief because that's so obviously a fake wall. But like, I had a great time. I had a great time watching it. Yeah, it was great. It was good.
It was great stuff. Now we got Joe Redlitz writes, "Oh no, MIB4 sad." That's like Trump tweeting. MLB4 sad. Mo says, "Who wins women Owen Hart tournament?" I want Shida. I said that before. I think Shida
or Tony Storm.
Probably Tony Storm, honestly. And Nasi writes, "That's the one. The only thing he did wrong." I'm joking, by the way. I'm not sure which one we're talking about. Probably Will Smith. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I believe you're joking, though. Thank you so much, Nasi, for letting us know. Joe writes, "So Jason is a crazy person masquerading as a musical genius. Good to know. I have no idea what you're talking about." Nasi writes, "Keith Lee should have ripped his shirt off and shown the Satsu no Hado symbol on his back. I'm sure that's a reference that I wouldn't understand.
Maybe that's a Dragon Ball Z reference.
Let us know what that reference that is, Nasi. We would love to know, honestly.
We would love to know.
S says Kool-Aid Man. Because the bust through the wall is good.
Yeah. That's a reference we get.
I get that reference. Keep them simple, Nasi. We're dumb. All the money's right. Keith Lee gets it. You see this monster breathe. Yeah, you see this monster breathe. Roman Reigns should take notes and breathe, damn it. Roman Reigns does a good job of it, too. Honestly, Roman Reigns also, as a heel, really gets the visuals, really gets the talking smack. I think he's doing, Roman Reigns is really good right now.
Yeah, he is.
Speaking
of really good right now.
Who?
What's next?
Oh, yeah. We got our main event of the night. Main event of the night. We got it. And I'm going to say right now, FTR could do no wrong. FTR versus the Young Bucks. Numero dos.
Number two. We were not doing this together when Numero Uno happened.
Yeah. And I liked Numero Uno. Yeah. I thought it was very good.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I loved it as much as this one. I think FTR they've grown a fire, and them working as faces really work for me.
Whoa.
And Young Bucks do not work as faces for me, ever.
Sure.
Like FTR could do both. I think Young Bucks can only do heel. And for me. But this match was great. This was so hard hitting. What are your thoughts on the match, Roy?
Yeah, I mean, I just thought it was incredible. I thought this may have been better than the Briscoes match, which is really hard to. I haven't decided yet. I mean, and also like if you haven't seen the Briscoes match,
watch it.
Spend $10. Just spend $10 to get Honor Club for a month and watch the show. Because the Briscoes FTR match is out of this world good. It's incredible. And this match is also out of this world good. And the crowd was like molten hot for the Ring of Honor match, but this crowd was on another fucking level for this match. From the very beginning, and just I love the story that they tell in this match, that these two teams have been at each other's throats for years without ever touching. For years. They wrestled once. They had a great match. And even though they've only wrestled once, watching them wrestle and the way they interacted with one another made it feel as if they had wrestled 10,000 times, and they knew each one of their moves step for step. They were going pit for pat the whole time, back and forth. It was the pacing was incredible. It's like, okay, and they were wrestling this match in the style that FTR wrestles a match at the speed that the Young Bucks wrestle a match.
That's a very good point. That's a really good point. I think one of the thing is FTR was in NXT with everyone that the Young Bucks trained and faced and wrestled in Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
You know, like literally that's who they had matches against, you know, throughout NXT. And so like they probably knew they were going to love wrestling each other years ago. You know, they knew it was going to be great because I've wrestled your friends and they say you wrestle just like that, you know, like that type of thing.
Yep.
I think that's actually the issue with why they never melded well with the Lucha Bros. I feel like the Lucha Bros, their style, their lucha style is kind of like there's just a lot less strict with the rules with lucha. And I think that threw them off a lot, that like, oh, there's no cohesion to the match. We're all dancing together at the same time, which is what lucha is. It's a giant dance rather than a structured one. But I feel that this was just money.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
It was perfect.
I think Dax and Cash, they're just two Arn Andersons. They're just two Arn Andersons, and I root for. They're just so credible.
Yeah.
They're so credible in what they say and how they move and how they interact. You believe that they're in pain. You believe they're struggling. You believe they want to fight. Like, I think they are the best tag. Like, I know we said this about Briscoes, but I don't know. It's FTR
I mean, it's the Briscoes, it's FTR, it is the Young Bucks, and there's maybe a couple other tag teams that are incredible, like on that level. But there is like a whole other level of tag team wrestling in the world right now, and not many are up there. The upper echelon of tag teams, and really right now in this moment, FTR is the top of the tops.
They are. They are the top of the tops, and I'm really happy for this match.
Yeah.
Let's get some comments in here. Brooklyn Bleak says the Street Fighter Akuma reference. So the thing on the back. Nasty writes it's a Street Fighter reference. Thank you so much.
Street Fighter.
We're not Street Fighters.
I want to get into it though.
I'm a Super Smash kind of kid.
Sure.
No, I've played Street Fighter before. I like Blanca and Zangief. I like Zangief. Yeah, he's the Russian wrestler. Joe writes, Kool-Aid Man, oh yeah. Will Smith and Joss Whedon, oh no. Good job, Joe. You gotta get a coin. Where's the coins? Holy fuck, where did the coins go?
Holy shit.
Well, that's how I felt about that match.
That's good. We're gonna keep that. Joe, you're gonna get that one. Where are we? Also, Brooklyn Bleak says, I'm glad they used Ring of Honor's ring announcer. Very good there.
Yeah,
I thought
that was
really
very cool.
That was very cool. I would have honestly loved, if this maybe went out at the beginning of the night or maybe in the middle, they switched over the announce team for a second.
Yeah, you get Ian Riccaboni and Caprice
So you
Coleman.
could just hear them on TV a little bit.
I also, by the way, we've talked about this before, how the main events in recent weeks haven't mattered as much as like the opening matches. I love when a main event is really the main event of the show.
Yeah. I love it too. Wait.
Yeah, that is strange when that happens, huh?
I don't know how to fix that. We're going to have to fix that.
Yeah.
There we go. Gotta look at my greasy face, guys. It's sweaty in here. Come on, give me a break. All the money says, I can't wait for Dem Boys to invade. Maybe. We don't know yet.
A three-way is the dream. FTR versus Bucks versus Briscoes.
God, they're such pillars of their style.
Yeah.
Like the dirty brawl, kind of like, you know, and then
the classic wrestling tag team
tags, and then the high flyer boys.
And honestly, throw Red Dragon in there. Not like in that match, but Red Dragon is also on that other level as well.
Yeah, it's like, I guess like a group of technical guys, but like I feel like that would be a cool.
Yeah.
I almost think that the 4-way tags, they get just too clustered.
Yeah, I like the 3-way, but I'm saying like as that upper echelon of tag teams, Red Dragon belongs in that category with the 3 of those tag teams.
Have for all the ladder matches and all the things that they do at this company, all the Texas Death matches, has there ever been a tag team ladder match?
Yes, there was one, but it was before Dynamite existed. I think there were two. There was definitely one
on TV.
On TV.
Let us know if you know of any. Let us know.
I don't think so.
Because like it's just like the type of matches that they have, and that one just makes sense. Like that, the ladder match always makes sense. I get the concept. I get the concept of a ladder match. Tables matches don't make sense.
I don't think so.
What else we got here? Joe writes, Young Bucks flippy doos are very face, but when you look at them or hear them talk, whiny heels. I just feel like I just feel like they just breathe, like they're just their whole air.
That spot, they do it all the time, but this one just felt so different. Like when Cash was trying to get the hot tag on Dax and Nick snuck up onto the apron and super kicked Dax, right? Yeah. The timing of that was so perfect. And it was like, it just shows how good the Bucks are as heels. Because their timing is so good, it makes them such effective heels.
They probably, of anyone, honestly, this is a compliment for the Young Bucks. They probably have the best timing in the business.
Yeah.
Like they just know where to be, when to be there. Yeah. When to do the thing. Like there's things they have to work on, like selling or storytelling, but like timing in terms of like being in the right place at the right time, they're there.
I think their timing is excellent. I also think they tell great stories and they sell really well. But whatever, that's fine.
All right. Brooklyn Bleak says hope it happens too, but it's a no-go for the Briscoes. Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
We'll see.
Maybe. All Monies looks like they might be putting over Ring of Honor titles as meaning something. I see that. They're not going to treat it like shit.
No, and also like look at like this up and comer Yuta is the pure champion. FTR, who you're building up as huge baby faces, are your Ring of Honor tag team champions. It's about who has the belt.
Yeah, I love that they got a main event. I love that they won in the main event.
Yeah,
I felt really good afterwards.
And it wasn't even like a roll up; it was a definitive win. Like,
let's talk about the win.
Woo, man, I couldn't believe it.
They're just exchanging finishers back and forth. They're stealing finishers. We get the FTR grab. I think it was Nick, or is it Matt, and the BTE trigger.
I think it was Nick. They
grab Nick and the BTE trigger. They give
it to him.
No,
I'm sorry. It was Matt. Timeout.
It was Matt. They give it to him, and then which is better because it should happen, Matt.
Yeah.
And then they give him the double kiss.
Yeah.
And then they do the big rig for the win. And it was just touching, man. Like that. I just like after, because you know what? Almost, I would say more than most people, most wrestlers, they care the most.
Dude,
FTR is so in love with wrestling.
Yes.
They're so in love with it that this, like them winning against the Bucks in the main event probably feels like the Super Bowl for them.
Yeah. And when have they ever come down to the ring and during a match, the entire crowd in unison is chanting for them? That's never happened for them.
It's amazing. I feel so good for them.
And also that really good shit heel moment from the because they did the double sharpshooter. It's well established how much they both love Bret Hart. And then when Matt Jackson does the like second rope diving elbow and does the Bret Hart pose just to antagonize FTR, it's such a nice little touch.
It's so
Their
good.
Storytelling as heels is really excellent.
It really is. It really is. We have to get through these comments. Oh my God, the time.
Yeah,
Brooklyn Bleak would like to see FTR wrestle Motor City Machine Guns. 100%.
For sure.
100%. Nasty. The Young Bucks are as faces made me literally stop watching AEW for a while. They should definitely stay heels with a tiny bit of good in them. I agree. They really are change your channel when they're faces. I can't stand them talking. Like, I don't believe them as faces.
Sure.
Especially Matt. Matt is the most phony person. And that's what makes him a great heel. All the monies. Was FTR a team before NXT? Me not know. I don't know either.
They were not.
Where'd they wrestle? Where were they from?
They were based out of the Carolinas, each of them, and Edge saw them on like indie shows in Carolina, in the Carolinas, and he called Regal and got them tryouts.
Love that.
Yeah.
Great story. Good story. Nasty writes, our Micah is greater than Zangief. I'm sure that's a reference.
That's a Street Fighter reference.
That's a Street Fighter reference.
There's two big reasons why. Zangief.
Yeah, no, I like Zangief. I'm all into Zangief. Yeah. There's two big reasons why. And maybe they'll mention it. Brooklyn Bleak says, King is greater than A King, is greater than Rainbow Micah, is greater than Zangief, though.
We're in it right now. We're in
the thick of
Street
it.
Fighter.
Nasi writes, not on AEW, but Young Bucks and Lucha Bros had a ladder match in AAA. Yeah, not on AEW. It's interesting.
They had a ladder match on pay-per-view before Dynamite existed for the AAA tag team titles, which is a very good match. But I think that's the only tag team ladder match there's ever been.
Interesting. Nasi Martinez says, King is goated with the sauce. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Though not. You're trying to trick me, Nasi. Hardys vs. Young Bucks at Supercard of Honor 2017 was a ladder match. That's Supercard of Honor. That's not. We're talking about AEW right now.
I've always wanted to watch that match. They had a lot. The Bucks had a lot of crazy ladder matches.
I know there's a lot of tag team ladder matches. I just haven't seen one in AEW. Yeah. All the monies. I like the storytelling for Bucks FTR match. Was too sweet between the ropes. Very good stuff. Joe writes, I think the Trips put them together as a team.
Yeah, the mechanics. That was the
more reason for why he's a legend, if true. You're right, Joe.
Oh my god, home cooking over here.
Wow. Thank you all so much for joining us. We had a lot of fun today. We had a lot of fun.
No.
We had a lot of fun talking about things. Poor it just has a day to get to. Yeah. You have a day to get to.
It just has to get to work.
Doing great stuff.
Work. Yeah.
But thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Please call the hotline. Leave us a message. Leave us a message. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you want us to review. That's big for us.
Yeah, I'm going to make Red watch some WCW pay-per-views soon. So somebody get in there and tell us what WCW pay-per-views we should make Red watch.
Let's do that. Also, go to our Patreon. Subscribe to us. We're sending out content. You're gonna get video content. You're getting some old school videos, and you're getting Roy's playlists.
Yeah, coming next week.
Coming next week, we're gonna have some
mixtape dose.
Mixtape dose. Enjoy the mixtapes. Check out the mixtapes. Thank you all so much for joining us. Follow Loser Leaves Wrestling on all things.
Yeah.
And make sure to check out our podcast. We have podcast exclusive podcasts now, Roy.
Yeah, they're coming out. I mean, we're gonna record one tomorrow, so it'll probably be out on Friday.
We have 2 podcast exclusive episodes out.
Yeah, we do. Empty Arena.
That's the show.
Episode 1 and episode 2.
They're saying goodbye now. Nasi says, good night, y'all. Brooklyn Bleak says, any comments on Vince's stunner stuff? Yes, we do talk about the stutter.
Yeah.
Check out the podcast.
Worst of all time. Hey, I think they edited. Have you seen this? I think they edited they cut it. So if you watch the show back, you no longer see the stunner in its original format. You see like the B camera angle of it.
That's for the best.
I thought Vince blew both his knees out.
No, I'm glad when you see the slow-mo, you see that he dropped to one knee when he got kicked, because I think he just sold it like he went to one knee purposely, but then when he tried to stand up, his legs got a little jello and he couldn't get back up.
The best part, honestly, after Vince leaves the ring, I've already talked about this, but I'm going to say it really quickly because I think it's so funny. Vince's shoe fell off in the ring. So Austin picks up the shoe and throws it up the ramp. That's the best part.
That's so fun. Really good show. Thank you, S. Brooklyn Bleak. I'll do the Tony Storm vid though. Send me things. Send me. Thank you so much. Brooklyn Bleak.
That would be great.
Joe writes, if you want to review wrestling adjacent stuff, Peacemaker. We might watch an episode of Peacemaker. That actually might be a good thing to review. We watched an episode of Evil. We reviewed that.
Not great.
All the Money's great show. Brooklyn Bleak, lol, they did. All the Money's funniest stunner ever. Thank you all so much. Joe Wright, did they CGI Vince to make him beefier? No.
He's still pretty beefy.
Hey, we had so much fun.
We got to get out of here.
We have to get out of here. Bye.
See ya.
What? Ole. 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 Ole.